What's up, agency owners? Jason Swank here. Have another amazing episode, and we're going to talk about because, look, I've been chatting with so many agency owners over the past months, and one of the big things is hiring the right people and just finding the right talent. On today's episode, we're going to talk about some ways where you can find the best talent. Should you hire seasoned pros or train them up? How do you train them up? And a really cool solution at the very end. So make sure you listen to the whole episode. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Hey Manish, welcome to the show.
Hey Jason, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm
Super
excited to
excited
have you
for
on.
today's show. Thank you. Likewise.
So, tell us a little bit about your business. You know, you've been doing this for a while and you have over 110 people, but tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. Yeah. I'm kind of an entrepreneur. I started this journey 9 years back in 2012. So I founded E2M 9 years back, and one of the reasons I founded this company is to solve a specific problem where I was kind of seeing like there is a huge demand of skilled and trained, people resources, skilled in terms of technology, and there was a gap. I thought we can really fill where my expertise is strategic hiring, training people, and injecting the traits like personality traits and how to have the force ready where someone is looking for someone is not looking to hire people and they are looking for people who are trained to work with that. So that's how I founded E2M. So it started like 9 years back, and we are kind of a white label outsourcing company. We build websites. We do a lot of web development with WordPress and Shopify and BigCommerce, and we work with digital agencies, regardless of the size, across the US and other part of the world. And yeah, we help them scale their agency business with our white label services.
Awesome. Well, let's get into it and let's talk about, a lot of agency owners struggle right now because there's a lot of demand for what we're
Yeah.
doing, right? But it's really challenging to find the right team members. So, what has
Right.
worked for you? Because you guys have over 110 people. What's worked for you to constantly keep getting the best people?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question, and I think similar like the US, we have an headquarter over here in India, and we are also facing a similar challenge, right? Hiring people. But one of the things we are trying to do something is so we often do a lot of marketing to attract the customers, right? But we never do a marketing to attract the people, right? Because we always think like, okay, that we the marketing has to be only to drive in the sales and leads. But I also feel like that you should also do a marketing to attract the people, right? So we do a lot of branding. Our HR team, and we have a social media team. We do a lot of branding on LinkedIn. We expose our culture more often on LinkedIn, and that builds the transparency, that builds that kind of showcase what we are, what our value is, right? So we pay a lot of attention in that. We be vocal and we speak loudly about what our culture is, what kind of initiatives we have, right? So it is not just about the team outing lunch or get together, but it's more than that, right? So one of the things which I believe is, other than the skill, the traits are very important as well, the personality traits, right? So we kind of when we look for the people, we just do not look for the skill, but we also look for the traits, like what kind of traits do they have, right? Do they have right kind of attitude? Do they have the willingness to learn? Are they curious? Are they accountable? Either are they responsible? Are they good with working with other people? Are they having an open mindset? That allows us to train people very fast, right? So obviously we look for the skill. Let's say if you are looking for a WordPress developer, yeah, WordPress is something, definitely that's the reason we are interviewing them. But apart from that, we also look for the traits, right? So we are kind of a company where we pay a lot of attention and we pay a lot of importance to the traits. So that's kind of showcased, in LinkedIn, and transparency, right? I think, one of the things where people love to be in a transparent culture, right? Where so we don't ask them, we don't lock them into the contract that you have to sign bond with us, you have to work for X number of months or years with us. It's kind of a very open culture we have, where we explain them the benefits, how we are different. We showcase and we let our others people speak, right? So we have like so we have like 120 people right now. So a lot of our existing, we talk about how we have a higher retention ratio. The other team members, they speak about their experience openly. So these kind of things, help us attract a really really good talent. And yeah, happy people, I would say, like, we get a lot of new hires through our existing members. So because they are already happily working with over here, right? So they do a word of mouth. See, it's a concept of, like, the customer brings another customer. A happy customer will bring another, a customer. The same concept applies when you're hiring people as well, right? That okay, if you have a happy employees, happy people working with you, obviously they are going to bring other people, their friends and family members and friends, they are going to bring that, right? So I think, there are the companies right now facing two types of challenges. One is hiring new people, as well as retaining existing people. Fortunately, we are only facing one problem, which is like, which is a good problem, to hiring new people, which we are also, like, working in a way that we are getting rid of that problem. But we do not have the second problem, is retaining the existing people, because we have built a very transparent culture in a way where, people feel more accountable,
Yeah.
responsible, and they can envision the kind of growth they are looking for. So that is helping us a lot to retain existing talent and bringing on the new talent.
I love that, because I think a lot of agencies are missing out on always be recruiting and be
Yeah.
marketing to, the people that you may need. Because like you were saying, I think they're focused on, oh, I need to market to the clients. And look, if we're all honest here, digital agencies do a pretty crappy job at marketing themselves, let alone marketing to the people that they want. But as you guys are listening to this episode, I really want you guys to go, man, this makes total sense. First I need to market to, I need to do a good job of marketing to my clients, because there's a lot of agencies that are built on word of mouth. But I need to commit to, going forward to marketing our culture, because when you market your culture to people you're trying to hire, it will actually help you with your clients, because they'll be like, oh man, that's pretty cool. Like, I want to work with this team. And the one other thing that we did, and you guys may do this as well, especially as your employees refer other employees to the team, we would do a commission structure or like a little
Yes.
bonus to them if once we hired someone and they stayed for 3 months or longer.
Yeah, that's what we have already done. We already have that in practice. So we have set bounty. So, when you refer to your friends and, any other candidates, if they get selected, you get a bounty of X number of amount once they complete 3 months. So we already have that in place. The other thing, we are doing differently is something, we know that okay, the everyone is using Facebook and Instagram right now, right? So generally, we do our services advertisement on Facebook and Instagram. We are also doing our hiring advertisement. So we have a paid budget specifically allocated for that on a monthly basis, where we do a very creative posts where, that okay, that if you are looking for a WordPress developer, we put a PHP code and we say, okay, find an error on this. If you can find an error on this, we are looking for you, right? So generally, we do kind of this kind of creative ads. And another example, we did is kind of like, okay, our QA team is challenging that, okay, if I'm going to review your code and I'm going to find X number of bugs for sure. If you challenge that, okay, if you do a code where I cannot find a bug at all, then we are looking for you, right? So a lot of this kind of interesting ads we run on Instagram and Facebook that also helps us to be in front of people who are not even sometimes they are not looking for change, but the way we present ourselves
Love it.
it makes them interested to apply for the position and change their mind. So I'm actually reading a very book right now, Atomic Habits. I'm sure you must have read that. It's a very interesting book I'm reading. It's Atomic Habits, and one of the things that's book I've read is see when you sell something, people are not actually interested what you are selling, but they get more convinced how you present it to them, right? So it's like when we have an opening, we just don't say we are looking for a WordPress developer, but we present in a way that okay, we are looking for a WordPress developer, but we don't write it very obviously, and that's kind of attract them. Okay, this company is standing out, and that's where we are getting a lot of attractions.
Love it. And I want to switch focus just a little bit, as we kind of end or getting more toward the end of the show. How do you constantly, because I see agency owners struggling with constantly training their people with the new skills.
Right.
So what have you seen work for you guys?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we have different people at different skill set, right? So we have project managers who just look after the projects, team, and like that. Then we have technical leads. They are only there to solve developers, technical problems. And then we have a senior developer. Some of our developers are just working on exploring the new technologies, right? So what we do is, when we work with agencies and they are looking for, let's say they are hiring a WordPress developer with us, so then we ask them, okay, there is a core web vital which is very important these days. We have started exploring onto headless CMS right now for building a fast loading website using React as a front end, WordPress as the back end, right? So we kind of identify what is the latest in terms of technology, and we have a specific people who are just working on doing research and exploring the new technologies. And then when there is an opportunity, uh, we propose that to our existing clients that hey, we have been working since long and this is something new, would you like us to try it out? And they are always open for that, and that gives us a live project to work on. So it is kind of like we keep our eyes and ears open, and we do a lot of research, and we work with a lot of agencies, so we always get to know different problems. Then we have a technical team who is just doing research, what's their latest out, and then they learn first because they are highly experienced, and then they teach that, they kind of teach that to other developers as well, and that's how we train that. And one thing we do it, when they are doing that, they make sure to have the processes, they make sure to have a documentation, right? They make sure to have a proper standards, coding standards in place. So there is documentation, there is a checklist. So the other developers who are being trained, they don't have to reinvent the wheel, they get trained faster. So this is something, this is how we are managing
I
basically.
love it. I love it. I love that you have dedicated people to that
Yeah.
train
Yeah.
the rest of the team. I think that's where people make a mistake of, especially when they bring in a junior person and they think they're just going to learn up very fast. If you don't have a dedicated person or a dedicated
Yeah.
system for training them, it's going to be a challenge, and it's going to cost you more than it would of just hiring the more experienced person. Well, this has all been amazing, Manish. Is there anything I didn't ask you that you think would benefit the audience?
Yeah, I think one thing is that we work with a lot of agencies and help them scale and grow with our white label services and like that. So in case if any agency is facing a problem with bandwidth, and when you have projects on board but you do not have anyone to help you executing those projects, then yeah, we help agency owners with our white label services. So we have special offers for our listeners today. So we are we have productized our white label services. So we have different monthly plans to choose from. So if you are listening to this podcast, you can go to E2M, our website. We have specifically designed for this audience, which is e2msolutions.com/smart agency. So that's E and 2 is a numeric and M for marketing, solutions.com/smart agency. If you go to that, there is, so when you use this link, and if you are going to sign up for any of our plans, you will get additional 10% discount for first 3 months.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for doing that for the audience. Make sure everyone goes there and check that out. And I think that will be a great resource tool in helping you all build in 2022. I can't believe it's 2022. That's crazy. So go to the website now, go claim that offer. And Manish, thanks so much. And until next time, have a swank day.